Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Bears EDC here with my inaugural video. Thank you for tuning in, and today we are going to be talking about the Powkiddy RGB10MAX3 that I received yesterday. This is the retail model. I did order it when it was on pre-order. It just arrived, and I was very excited to get it. I kind of wanted to see what was going on, and not a big unboxer, so ta-da! There it is. That would be the RGB10 Max with a giant fingerprint on it. So we'll get that cleared off of there real quick. Beautiful. Okay, so this was a plastic unit. It did come with a 128 gigabyte card. Now, one thing about this that I liked is that I liked that all of the function buttons and everything were on the front. You have your two function buttons that you can assign to what you want, your volume, and your select and start. What I did notice also is that it does have the dual speakers that are front firing, so it is going to be coming right out at you as you're listening to it. And on top, you have your power button, your SD, your two USB-Cs, one for charging, one for data transfer, and then your micro HD, excuse me. You also have your left and right buttons. I'm not really opposed to those. I have the Retroid, and it's got the nice shoulder buttons, but they aren't a requirement for me. I don't mind this. I didn't mind it on the 353M. I didn't mind it on the 505. I was pretty fond of both of those. Now, the first thing, and I don't know if anybody's noticed it yet, but let's see if we can get in there on that. Yeah, you got XYBB. Okay, XYBB. All right. Now, I can't say that was perfect, but, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And then another thing is that when I did finally power on, I had a little issue at first with the D-pad. What I noticed after a little bit of gameplay is that the D-pad did have, it was a little glitchy, and I don't know if it was just something that was stuck and it needed to be broken loose, something during the construction. And just so you know too, just so you have an idea, here's some volume for you. That is front firing, and that is at 100%. Now, one thing I did notice about volume is that when you do go volume up or down, it kind of jumps around. It went from 80 to 59 with one press. So, not the best. But I don't want to just be completely negative about this. I want to try to have a positive outlook. I do like Jealous, which is the front end on this, and it has quite a few systems that it will play. It does go through the full list. It does have Famicom and Nintendo, as well as Super Famicom and Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy, N64, obviously, Game Boy Advance, which actually looks really great on this. The screen I'm actually pretty happy with. I think that it's a nice screen. This is decent, especially for something like this. I'm pretty happy with it. This was sub $100, so that definitely made it worth it. Now we have all of our standard Segas. We have Dreamcast, Naomi, Neo Geo, which Metal Slug, I mean, come on, with that, and Wonder Swan. PlayStation, PS2. PS2, I took some ROMs off that I had put on because I tried Naruto, and it just stopped. It was running through the opening credit scenes, and it quit. So can't say that I was super fond of that, but I am, again, fond of the screen itself. PSP, just some ideas. So, you know, it's a great unit in my opinion, other than the fact that the D-pad was a little glitchy. It doesn't seem to be so much now, but like if we go into the set of games and we start scrolling through, one thing is when you're scrolling up, it does see it just switched over to Neo Geo Pocket. Now I'm gonna press the right directional on the D-pad, and then when it goes back, it's probably going to start scrolling automatically. Yeah. See, it keeps doing that. I don't know if that's just a reset where it's taking it back to the beginning. Haven't quite figured it out yet, but I'm curious to find out if that's what it is. So let's try it again. We'll go back. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's just a default that it goes back to the first for the next system that pops up, but you can also directional through your different systems here. PSP minis. But again, it comes loaded with games. I haven't put my own on there yet. I'm going to put them on, but I did want to get a review out pretty fast because this is pretty new. I have only seen a few. I know Retro Game Cores and Retro Handhelds and Talkie, they've all put out you know, videos already, and shout out to them because I was inspired to even start one of these because of those guys. But mine's not going to be in depth with specs and things like that. I'll list a link to it in the description so that you can go and check out the specs on this. But I mean, overall, it's not bad. It's really not too bad. I'm going to start one and so you can hear the gameplay on it. Okay. Well, I was going to do that. There we go. So here we are at 100% volume. I'll bring it down a little bit. But so far with gameplay, I haven't noticed a lot of problems with the D-pad other than when I was playing Street Fighter. I was having trouble with special moves with that little swipe on the bottom right kind of diagonal. So we'll just kind of run it through. And it's running these systems just fine. You know, you're not having any problems with it. Obviously, you know, it's not going to have any issues with that. Yeah, well, there you go. Quite a show off with my talents with Super Mario. But, I mean, you get the idea. Graphics are good. It runs it no problem. We'll go ahead and scoot it up to another game. When we do go back, it is going to be pressing down the function on the two joysticks. So let's go ahead and take a trip back over to the menu and see what else we got here. Let's try an arcade game. Try 1942. I actually haven't tried any of the arcade games yet. Like I said, I wanted to get a video out as soon as I could. Turn that volume down just a little bit. Or all the way. This volume is a little strange on here. I'm going to have to take the back off and see what's going on with all of the I'm getting a lot of functionality out of the buttons for this game. Oh, there we go. So, again, playing well. Not having problems with it other than operator error because, you know, of course I'm doing this on video, so every game I'm going to play sucks, not to mention the fact that, you know, just not great at games. I love them, but, you know, I'm not a professional by any means. Not going to see me at any of the conventions in Las Vegas for gamers. But I do like these older games. I like a lot of the retro stuff. That's why I got into this, was just because of just trying to get back to my roots and playing some of those older games. I started off with Atari, which actually is on here. It's pretty fun. I got on there and played a little River Raid. I enjoyed that quite a bit. and it played it really well on here. So I like this overall. I mean, it's pretty clean. There's just the stuff on top. There's really not anything on the bottom. There's nothing on either side. Now the back, from what I understand, I believe that this is just an air vent that is there to cool it down. I haven't really noticed it heating up too much now. The only time I did notice it heating up was when I started charging it. And I actually was charging it on an existing USB-C that I had, and then I switched it over to the USB-C that came with it, and it did the same thing. So I think it just heats up a little bit when it's charging, which is not a huge deal, but definitely keep an eye on it. Atari, like I said, great system, love it. I'll go ahead and flip through here to show you all the games. It's got like 3,000 Atari games on it, because I mean, what were they, like a half a megabyte each? Oh, see, it just did it again. Flipped over to the other one. And we caught it before it scrolled all the way back up to the top. All right, so here's River Raid. This is my favorite Atari game when I was younger. This and Space Invaders both bring back quite a few memories, so we'll try this bad boy out here. It's funny, when I started playing this again, your muscle memory, I mean, it's been a long time since I played it, but muscle memory kind of kicked in. Now, one thing I can tell you is that, I know this sounds stupid, but this is a good test for the D-pad, because it does, if your D-pad's real sensitive, you'll have some issues with this scrolling right and left to move the plane, because it does have pretty decent sensitivity. So we got to get to some fuel here. Well, there we go. Well, it does a couple things. So, you know, overall, I like this device. I wish that they kind of work out the kinks before they start sending out the retail models. And just so you know, I did contact Powkiddy about my button, and they decided that they're going to send me a new A button. They're going to send me a new D-pad, and they were going to do a return and send me a new one, but quite frankly, I don't want to wait another month to send it back to them, for them to get it, for them to process it, for them to send it back to me. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the A button and D-pad. But, you know, first look at the RGB10MAX. And I'm going to put this video out without edits. I'm just going to go ahead and send it out there. And I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please think about liking and just, you know, subscribe. I would love to have some people on here. Leave some comments. Tell me what you'd like me to do. I do have quite a few games and things like that. I've got pretty much everything from the Retroid Flip. Got the original Miyu Mini here. I've got the RGB405. I've got a bunch of those, as well as quite a few other gadgets and EDC items. I would love to, you know, show you some of those and just give you kind of a layman's view on stuff, because obviously I'm not one of these tech experts. I don't really ever get these so that I can tinker. I'm not a tinkerer with these, you know, getting into the settings and changing things to get better aspect ratio and stuff like that. I prefer something I could just pull out and play, because that's why I really started this, was because of that. And oh, you know what? I also have this. This is what started it all. Damn you. Damn you, Oregon Trail. This is a great little game. Just plays Oregon Trail. It's awesome. Saw it at Walgreens when I was waiting for a prescription. Cool little unit. They also have it in a bunch of other games. You can get them on Amazon. They're a little bit expensive in my opinion, but super fun to play. I mean, it's awesome. But this video isn't about that. This video is about the RGB10MAX3. On sale now at Powkiddy. I'm going to put an affiliate link in the description for you if you want to go check it out. Please feel free to purchase it. And you know, overall, I like it. I like it. It's nice and sturdy, feels good. I like the color. This was supposed to be their blue. I don't know how they call it blue. I'm a little colorblind, I guess, but yeah. But you know, just a couple issues. BB, X and Y. Hey, thanks for joining us. And when I say us, I mean me and Yoda and my cat that's laying under my desk. It's no chicken. but it's the dumb baby Obi. So thanks everybody. Have a great day, and remember, Bears EDC, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.